How to fix RimWorld distorted colors and flickering visual glitches caused by corrupt Player.log mouse entry. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we're diving deep into a perplexing issue that can plague even the most resilient RimWorld colonies: distorted colors and flickering visual glitches, specifically those originating from a corrupted mouse entry within the game's player. Log file. This niche yet critical problem can severely impact your gameplay experience, manifesting as bizarre screen artifacts, color inversions, or rapid visual flickering that makes the game almost unplayable, often mistaken for more severe GPU or driver malfunctions. Our comprehensive guide will navigate you through precise, technically sound steps to diagnose, isolate, and eradicate this specific corruption, ensuring your RimWorld experience remains visually pristine and artifact-free. This isn't just about general troubleshooting. It's about surgically addressing a very particular internal game file anomaly that can elude conventional diagnostic methods. Understand the Player.log's role. The Player.log file is a critical diagnostic ledger maintained by RimWorld, meticulously recording game events, input device registrations, and runtime information. A corrupted entry, particularly one pertaining to mouse or input device initialization, can misinform the game engine about rendering parameters or input states, directly leading to visual anomalies. Locate the Player.log file. For most Windows users, this vital log is typically found at %userprofile %big/appdata /local-low /Ludian Studios /RimWorld by Ludian Studios /Player.log. You can swiftly access this directory by typing %appdata% into your Windows Run dialog, Win+R, then navigating up one level to appdata /local and following the path. Backup your Player.log. Before making any modifications, it is paramount to create a backup of your current Player.log file. Simply copy and paste it to a safe location, such as your desktop, ensuring you have an untouched version to revert to if needed. This step safeguards your configuration and game state from unintended consequences. Access the Player.log with a text editor. Open the Player.log file using a robust text editor like Notepad++, Visual Studio Code, or even the default Notepad application. Advanced editors offer superior search capabilities and syntax highlighting, which can be invaluable when parsing large log files for specific entries. Identify corrupt mouse entries. Scrutinize the log file for entries related to input devices, specifically mouse or input initialization, looking for malformed XML tags, non-standard characters, or duplicated lines that seem out of place. These anomalies often appear near the beginning of the log or after device detection events, indicating a problematic registration attempt. Carefully remove the malformed entry. Once identified, precisely delete the corrupted line or block of text associated with the faulty mouse entry. Ensure you only remove the problematic segment, being cautious not to accidentally delete legitimate configuration data or surrounding log entries that are functioning correctly. Save and close the Player.log file. After making the necessary deletions, save the modified Player.log file. Close the text editor promptly to release the file lock, allowing RimWorld to access the corrected log on its next launch. Restart RimWorld and test. Launch RimWorld and observe if the distorted colors and flickering visual glitches have been resolved. The game should now regenerate a clean mouse entry in the Player.log or correctly read existing, uncorrupted entries, thereby stabilizing the visual output. Validate game file integrity via Steam. If the issue persists, a broader game file corruption might be at play. Navigate to RimWorld in your Steam library, right-click, select Properties, then Installed Files, and click Verify Integrity of Game Files. This process checks for and replaces any corrupted or missing game assets. Manually clear RimWorld's cache. Game caches can sometimes become corrupted, leading to various anomalies. Locate your RimWorld cache folder, typically within %user profile %backslash_app data, /local low /Ludian Studios /RimWorld by Ludian Studios /cache, and delete its contents. This forces the game to rebuild a fresh cache. Reset RimWorld configuration files. Corrupted prefs, XML or other configuration files can introduce unusual behaviors. Backup prefs, XML found in the same location as Player.log, then delete it to force RimWorld to generate a fresh, default configuration. This can often resolve deeply ingrained display issues. Update graphics drivers to the latest version. Outdated or faulty graphics drivers are a common culprit for visual glitches across all games. Visit your GPU manufacturer's website, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, to download and install the latest stable drivers specifically designed for your graphics card model. Roll back graphics drivers if issues persist. Occasionally, the very latest drivers can introduce new bugs or incompatibilities. If recent driver updates coincided with the problem, consider rolling back to a previous, known stable driver version through your operating system's device manager. Adjust in-game graphics settings. Within RimWorld's options menu, experiment with different display settings such as resolution, full screen mode, and VSync. Try toggling VSync on or off, and ensure your selected resolution matches your monitor's native resolution for optimal display fidelity. Temporarily disable all mods. Mods are a fantastic part of RimWorld, but they can also introduce conflicts, especially those that alter UI, rendering, or input handling. Disable all active mods and test the game in its vanilla state to determine if a mod is the root cause of the visual glitches. Monitor system, performance, and thermals. Overheating components, particularly the GPU, can manifest as visual artifacts. Use monitoring software like MSI Afterburner or HW Monitor to check GPU and CPU temperatures and clock speeds during gameplay. Ensure your system's cooling is adequate. Check for conflicting input peripherals. Other connected input devices, such as gamepads, joysticks, or even drawing tablets, can sometimes conflict with standard mouse input or game processes. Temporarily disconnect all non-essential USB peripherals and restart your system to isolate potential conflicts. Examine Outputlog.txt for other errors. While Player.log focuses on game state, Outputlog.txt, often found alongside Player.log, provides detailed engine output. Scan this file for error, warning, or exception messages that might point to other underlying issues causing rendering problems. Verify DirectX/runtime libraries. RimWorld relies on core Windows components like DirectX and various C++ redistributable packages. Ensure these runtime libraries are correctly installed and updated. Corrupted or missing components can lead to a wide array of game rendering failures. Perform a clean reinstallation of RimWorld. As a last resort, a complete reinstallation can resolve persistent issues by providing a fresh start. Ensure you fully uninstall RimWorld. Manually delete any remaining game folders in your Steam directory and user data folders. Then perform a fresh download and installation. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.